Hello friends. In this video I'm going to discuss the topic of logic and the logical versus the illogical and the sources of them, where they come from. In the culture I'm from, in the West here in Canada, I've been encouraged to really emphasize and use logic for as a tool of discernment, as a method of problem solving. So much so that when a person doesn't align with those logical ideas, they're outright dismissed. They may be outright dismissed. And the way logic works is it's based on concepts acquired by the carnal mind / ego. And this carnal mind / ego uses these concepts as a tool for discernment in order to compare or label other things so that it can make sense of them. So the ego is the source of logic. And the illogical, where even when you hear the term illogical, the ego is already giving it less value. It gives the term illogical less value than logical. But our illogical source, meaning our source unaligned with logic, is actual true understanding. This is spirit. This is God. This is source. This is the psychic expression, the psychic interpretation. This is revelation. Notice how thick and common and popular logic is in our current world, and look at how rare revelation is. That shows the downfall of logic, yet it shows how prevalent it is. Good word. Spirit threw that one in my mouth. That's a good word. Prevalent. What I've found through my own experience is and this came on more as I developed the psychic abilities. The Spirit gives me revelations that are illogical and are more profound than anything that the carnal mind has ever attempted to give me logically. What is neat and curious about the illogical offerings of Spirit is that even the carnal mind can't disprove them. But the carnal mind doesn't conceive them either. And looking at it from this manner of logical and illogical, at this moment I don't really recall a teacher explaining it as in this manner, so I didn't really learn to consider it externally until experientially I just got it. I just gained the understanding through comparison, through seeing how my mind doesn't understand things, and it pretends it does. It really does pretend it does. The carnal mind, that is. And then Spirit will just give me something that I've never conceived before, and it's so deep and indisputable. And it just shows you the clarity and lack and limitation of the carnal mind, of the logic. How often is the logical considering the law of creation, the nature of creation? If it's inconsiderate of creation at its very source, how accurate is it likely to be? And even if it was trying to, because this is the best attempt that it could do, even if it tried to understand the law of creation, it's still disconnected from it. So it can only know about, it can never know. It can never know. So it's only emulating truth rather than aligning with truth. It's like how the spirit is an expression of unconditional love, but the ego's emulation of it is conditional love, or lust, or infatuation, or attachment. I'm not sure if you can hear this little baby housefly that's been going around on me, but he's part of my experience over here, so I'll recognize on the recording that he is here. He is indeed here. What would the logical mind have to say about a fruit fly? Sorry, about a housefly buzzing around? And what would spirit say? Thank you. That was a nice segue. Because the whole purpose of considering logic versus illogical is, once we understand the limitations of logic and the carnal, is to begin to inquisit and question and seek what is spirit's interpretation. How often are you asking your spirit, yourself, your soul, or God, or Jesus, for an interpretation of revelation? If you were inspired to do something, would you rather do it based on the direction of a misinterpretation or of an interpretation of revelation? The experience would be two opposite ends of the spectrum. As you grow in this awareness, you might recognize that the worldly expressions of logic are also unaware of the law of creation. They're also promoting ignorance in that manner. By promoting ignorance, I mean promoting investment in the logic, in the concepts, rather than the illogical revelation and actual understanding. Isn't it weird to hear? It feels so weird to hear the word illogical being promoted as providing revelation, because we've been so deeply ingrained that logic is the way to investigate and resolve things. No way. The logic creates the obstacle to understanding. The logic creates the obstacle to revelation. Look at how logical people are so dependent on external authorities, where illogical people are using their own discernment. I've said it before, I believe. I started to say it in this video, maybe I did say it, but once you get to a certain level of development, you start to care less what your own mind thinks, because you recognize its lack and limitation. You recognize it as a source of misinterpretation. I get that now to a greater degree than I've ever gotten it. And it's beautiful to be able to look inwards with a substantial amount of conviction and receive direction from Spirit in a way that I've found more truthful, fruitful, and beneficial than my carnal mind had ever done for me. My own experience validates how the logic was my limitation. I don't have a preference in this game. I've surrendered preferences. The only preference I have is I want the deepest and best understanding. If the logical mind offered me the best, you'd probably be listening right now to an audio about how the logical mind served me best, because that's what I would be doing. But my experience validates consistently, over and over again, every time I examine it, how it is the limitation. Not sometimes. It is the source of limitation. It is a source of ignorance, parading around as though it is wisdom. But the emperor has no clothes, and with examination it is revealed. It's an illusion. It's an illusion of understanding. Your examination proves this. Don't believe anything that I say without inner examination and introspection. That doesn't promote your understanding. It might promote a belief change, but we're seeking for experiential understanding here. That's infallible. Alright, so we'll say that's sufficient for this video, my friend. Again, if you find you're interested in one-on-one guidance, you can contact me through the email in the description. If you're looking to join our community, where we share information and sometimes practice certain things to promote our development, the links are in the description. That's all for now, my friend. Bless you.